Willie Basson is fixing his fence. Last night, burglars again tried to break into his farm. 2 weeks ago, they stole equipment after killing 6 of his horses.
They threatened us with our lives and that they will rape the family. So I've got a wife and a daughter. Told this to the police and they've done nothing about that.
For 13 years, Willie has lived here in South Africa. The successful farmer grew and sold horse feed. But 3 months ago, he gave it up. The constant harassment that he's convinced is coming from some of his former black farm labourers had simply become too much.
In fact, last week, they raped a woman not far from here. And she said to them, well, if you want sex, just use a condom. And they boiled the kettle and poured the hot water on her back. Because I think they saw that she was not afraid.
Farm killings in South Africa have hit record highs, according to Genocide Watch. In the last 20 years, since Nelson Mandela's African National Congress has been in power, more than 4,000 white farmers have been killed. But 10 times that number of white South Africans have been brutally murdered in what many claim are racially motivated attacks. An hour's drive from Willie's farm, and Cornelius Nel has been farming cattle and maize for nearly 40 years. He's convinced the killings are part of a systematic bid to drive white South Africans, and in particular farmers, out of the country. He's paid the ultimate price. His daughter Vanessa was shot dead on his farm.
I love her a lot. That's for sure. When her husband found her, everything was still in her hand. I only took her gun, which he used to shoot her.
The 33-year-old was killed in front of her 2 small children.
We're from the old apartheid years. Maybe they think the farmers, the old farmers must get out of the way. I mean, the government is saying that every day they're going to take the farms because we stole it.
The ruling ANC has dismissed such claims, pointing out that South Africans of all colours suffer violent crime.
I don't know where these fears would come from. South Africa belongs to all who live in it, both black and white. And there's never been an intention to victimize whites.
Our aim and the vision and the mission of the South African Police Service is to protect everybody, any citizen.
But the recent passing of Nelson Mandela, who devoted his life to reconciling the races, has seen white nerves shoot up.
Personally, I think it's going to get worse because they were scared for him.
If true, it's a sad legacy for a man who devoted his life to building a rainbow nation. The unfortunate reality is that South Africa is still a very racially divided country. There's a huge discrepancy between the haves, who tend to be white citizens, and the have-nots, who tend to be blacks, who live in townships like this one. Paula Slier, RT, South Africa.